At the inheritance meeting, I asked why my name was missing. My dad said, "We forgot you," and everyone laughed. Your grandma handed everything to the golden child. Know your place. My mom added. I just smiled. The estate lawyer entered and said, "We have a sealed letter." He read the last page first. The room fell silent, but when the lawyer read the next line, "My name's Diana. I'm 31, a traveling nurse, the middle child who answers the phone at 2 a.m. and drives 6 hours when someone needs support. I know IV lines, blood pressure thresholds, and exactly how long you can run on caffeine before your hands shake. I also know how my family works. My younger brother Kyle gets the praise. My older sister Megan gets the excuses. I get the to-do list. When grandma's health declined, I was the one who adjusted shifts. I bathed her. I organized her pills into those plastic weekday boxes. I slept on her couch for 3 months because nobody else had time." Kyle posted a photo of her birthday cake and captioned it, "My queen." He stayed 40 minutes. Megan called once a week, usually while driving, usually distracted. I was there when grandma couldn't remember my name. I was there when she remembered it again and squeezed my hand so hard it bruised. When she passed, I didn't cry at the funeral. I'd already cried alone in her kitchen, scrubbing a pan she'd never use again. The inheritance meeting was scheduled for a Thursday. I drove 4 hours after a double shift. My scrubs were still in the car. I hadn't eaten since 6 a.m. The lawyer's office smelled like old paper and new carpet. My parents sat at the head of the table like they owned the room. Kyle wore a blazer. Megan had gotten her nails done. I noticed the printed allocation sheet. 3 names. Mine wasn't there. "Where am I?" I asked. Dad didn't even look up. "We forgot you." Kyle snorted. Mom smoothed her blouse. "Grandma gave everything to the golden child," she said, nodding toward Kyle. "He was her favorite. You should know your place by now." I didn't argue. I just smiled. The lawyer cleared his throat. "Before we proceed, there's a sealed letter. Your grandmother requested it be read first." He opened the envelope. Started at the end. "If anyone laughs," he read, "check the math." Nobody moved. He flipped to the beginning. "To my family. I kept a ledger. Not because I didn't trust you, because I wanted the truth to outlive me." Mom's jaw tightened. The lawyer continued. "Kyle borrowed $47,000 over 6 years. He paid back nothing. Megan borrowed $23,000. She paid back $200 and called it symbolic. Diana borrowed $4,500 for nursing school. She paid back $6,200 with interest I never asked for." Kyle's face went white. "Diana," the lawyer read, "is the only one who visited without being asked. She cleaned without complaining. She held my hand when I was afraid. She is not forgotten. She is the reason I remembered how to trust." I felt my throat close. "To Diana, I leave the house. To Kyle and Megan, I leave what they gave me. Nothing of substance and everything I need to forgive." Megan stood up. "This is insane. She wasn't in her right mind." The lawyer slid a folder across the table. "Your grandmother had 3 independent cognitive assessments in her final year, all confirmed full capacity. She also left video testimony." Kyle lunged for the folder. "I'll contest this. There's a clause," the lawyer said. "Anyone who contests receives $1 and forfeits their share of any remaining assets." Mom turned to me. "You manipulated her." "I bathed her," I said. "I changed her sheets. I listened to the same story 40 times because it made her happy." "You were always jealous," Megan hissed. "I was always there." Dad finally spoke. "This isn't over." I stood. "For you, maybe. For me, it ended when I realized I was the only one who showed up." I walked out. 3 weeks later, I moved into grandma's house. It still smelled like her lavender soap. I found her ledger in the kitchen drawer, right where she always kept it. On the last page, she'd written, "Diana, you didn't owe me anything. You gave anyway. That's not debt, that's love." Kyle tried calling twice. I let it ring. Mom sent a text. "You've destroyed this family." I typed back. "I kept receipts. You kept expectations." Then I blocked her number. Last week, I hung grandma's photo above the kitchen sink. Every morning, I see her face while I make coffee. I don't feel guilty. I feel clear. Some people confuse being needed with being loved. I finally learned the difference. The house is quiet now, the right kind of quiet. And for the first time in years, I sleep through the night.